will see you now.
I gotta get me a fancy box like that. What's happening, childrens? I see what's happening, childrens. Hey, what the hell happened? It's Wanky the Crust Sock.
Oh, God.
It's my alter ego. What happened to Mr. Ed today? He probably fell asleep on his couch. It's possible. Haven't heard from him yet. So, anybody looking for Mr. Ed? He may or may not show up. We'll find out. Okay. Just for fun, and because I asked for it, what the hell is everybody else doing? Because I'm sick as a flipping dog, but I'm here, by golly. Oh, beloved, you soldier Alvarez, what the hell's wrong with you? What brought that on?
Maybe he's got Dr. Groovy fever. You're selling all your guitars. He thought better do the same thing.
Oh.
Before the bottom drops out of guitars.
Needs money to move. So basically, same damn thing. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. James is battling a toothache. So the first thing this morning had to make a dentist appointment. Said Ed is noodling in Metallica. What that means, I have no idea. I don't remember anybody named Ed in Metallica. Then again, I could be wrong. Probably am. What's the name of that bass player they've got that crawls around like a crab? Or like he's got the crabs?
Captain Krabs? I don't know.
Yes.
I must admit, I'm not really up on the Metallica band members. I couldn't name one if you tried.
But could you name 5?
No.
Okay, there you go. Trulio. See, James had it. Roberto Trulio. So I don't know who the other guy is. Everybody's just welcoming everybody in. No questions. I'm settling the intonation on his Court MGM guitar. Okay, no help. But I'm glad you're getting things sorted out. Okay, I'll talk about this in the meantime in case Ed decides to jump in. I want you guys to, just because you may or may not know, plus you guys can still yak in the side chat. When it comes to actually gigging somewhere or playing somewhere, it don't matter if you're ever going to do it or not. But it's kind of neat or interesting to know for those people who know I'm never going to play out of my living room. Again, it's fine. It's just kind of cool to know these things. And I know it'll be good for James because he'll get to understand such things. But I was going to go over real quick on sound systems and PA systems, what the difference is. Number one, plain old, easy enough. A sound system has the sound coming out of it. How much of it? All of it. Okay, so that's what a sound system is for. It's not just for me and my microphone, and that's it. Unless it's just you and your microphone at the gig, then you might want to consider that. A PA system, the term hasn't been used in many years unless it's from your grandpa, but that used to be a thing when people would actually turn their amps up and let you hear that out in the audience. It hasn't been done for a long time, but unless you got like really old gear. Yeah, you want to have every single last instrument plugged into the sound system. People are like, drums are too loud. You still plug them through the sound system. It's like, does that make them louder? No, it just changes the frequencies of the drums. Because drums in and by themselves, acoustically, will generally sound like shit. So you need sound reinforcement. So you put the drums, if they are already loud enough, that's fine. If they're too loud, oh well, at least get them sounding good and at what volume they're going to be at, because you can always beat the drummer with a stick and have him quiet down a little bit. But if you think there's an instrument that's not supposed to be in there, a quick way to prove this little thing. Number one is just simply the radio or anything you listen to music on. If something wasn't in there, you'd be like, hey, that's missing. Okay. I know there's a lot of guitar players, and guitar players pretty much only these days, who do not mic anything up. They just run their guitar straight off the stage, and that's the volume they use. It's like, what's it sound like over there? I don't know. It sounds like a guitar really far away. So it should be corrected. Everything goes into the sound system. A PA system, again, used long ago, is a system that was, well, you can still find it at most really old football stadiums as well. It's when the guy simply makes what? A public announcement. That's why it's called a PA system. And coming around the straightaway, you've got you got that thing going on, kind of like Duncan's sound effects going on. And so that is simply for making announcements to the public. You're not supposed to run a whole bunch of instruments through those. Back in the days, people used to actually have columns, which were usually 4 to 5 feet tall and had 5 to 6 speakers in them. No tweeters, no horns, nothing. Everything just was sounding like this. So it's not a beautiful thing. So anyway, just remember, when you're out and you're watching groups and so forth, they've already got all their stuff in the mix. If you're like, well, I can't hear something, don't think it's because it's not in the mix. Just somebody sucks as far as a sound guy, number one. And number two, just for saying numbers. Guitar players are the worst when it comes to actually trying to talk them into getting rid of their tone. That's a hard one. That's a tough one. Because, and I'm not saying acoustic, everybody knows these will go straight into the PA and straight back out. And generally, there'll be an acoustic amp, there'll be a bass amp, there'll be a keyboard amp, there'll be whatever, but every one of those are going to have horns on them. So they sound like a sound system. You know, it's like, well, I've got 10 keyboards and they're all going through these horns and subs and mids, and every instrument should be that way unless you have in-ear monitors. So I heard a ding dong. Sound like somebody's coming in. I haven't heard. Hey, there's Ed.
Am I here?
No.
Oh, he's here.
Sorry,
Okay,
unforeseen circumstance. I couldn't do anything.
I had a circumstance that I couldn't see once.
Circumcision?
Well, yeah. I didn't want to just come out and say it. But real quick, at the end of that little situation, to get speakers on your guitar amp to sound like they should, and that's to try to make them sound like speakers that do not have horns on them. You'll need a little bit of the horn to, help push them out there, but you're just going to need raw power and playing in or being mic'd with the frequencies being those that are basically the same as what the guitar speaker is. Therefore, you're not having to mic a guitar speaker and a horn and a whatever. So, because guitar players, they just don't do it. They've tried. Some will use like the fractals and the Kempers and stuff like that, and everything like that works generally fine if you're doing the in-ear things, and or if you have ISO cabinets and you know what those are. That way, there's absolutely zero amps on stage. Can be either your best friend or your worst, depending on how you look at it. So yeah, your sound system. Hey, there's a puppy dog.
Shut the door. Hold on.
Is there just to simply do that, reinforce your sound. So if you have a guitar tone that is something that you've been working on your entire life, and that's all of us, first thing it's going to do when you take your amp to a gig is it's going to sound like shit. Anything you've been working on at home is going to sound like shit. You have to do all your fixing during the gig. That's when you find out what you really need to do to sound like what you want to sound like. And nothing ever sounds the same. But then again, you're looking at, speakers that are generally 10 to 12 inch. They normally don't vary outside that for guitar players. But if you just want that 125 hertz all the way up to about 2 or 3 kilohertz, then just shut everything else off in the sound system. If that's, getting the high end and all the hissy crap, the fuzz, the fizz isn't your thing, which why should it be? Then, yeah, cut out those frequencies in the PA. What do we got over on the side here, Ed? Anything I missed? Which would be everything.
I just got here. I'm trying to play catch up.
Tell you what's on what here on catch up.
I have to send a link to Duncan. I don't know if it's too late for that, but I'll send it to him anyway.
Okay.
I've got the chat going. Bing.
Bing.
What do you want to do, Ed? Do you want to handle the chat? Do you want to handle a little chat boxy thing, or shall I just carry on doing it?
Either way, I sent you the link. If you can make it work, I'll try to do it.
Okay, give me 2 secs.
1, 2.
Okay, now James is talking about oh yeah, I sent him a mixing board and he got him I think it was you, Ed, that had told him about that cable to get for his mixer in order to flip over to USB in order to make the one mixer that I sent to him a USB mixer as well.
I vaguely remember.
He's got it all going. And it worked.
Good.
So whatever idea you had, yes, it worked out. And now I have to ask him or you how to make mine work, because mine has USB on it and some bitch just don't want to work, period. I figure I'd like to be able to sit and play a guitar and have it come out just as well, but It just doesn't. You get a couple, 2, 3 things going, and
My new computer doesn't like my old DOS software that I haven't updated in 10 years.
sure.
And I got what came with the Scarlet was Pro Tools.
Oh, like the light or whatever it was.
Yeah. And every time I fire it up, I have to relearn it because I don't use it enough. And
Yeah.
I get so frustrated with trying to get it to record something that I end up like just going, oh, screw it. So I need to do something about my software. And then the other thing about that Pro Tools that I don't like is they make you sign in because
Why?
because it came with this thing and it's kind of an online deal. And you got to sign in with a password and a username every time. And I have to find the box and open it up and see what I wrote. And
Yeah.
first time I put it in, it says, nope. And then the second time, sometimes it'll say, okay, but then it'll say, nope. It's like, all right, what did I type wrong?
Man, I think I've got everything ready for right after this is over with. I got to send out about a dozen guitars tomorrow. So I get to do all the rest of the packing, which is about another 4 guitars. And then for some reason, one of my laptops does not print labels anymore. But so go figure. So I bring the one I'm using now and stick it in there. And then FedEx won't take credit cards on there all of a sudden. So I went to UPS and all of a sudden they won't take credit cards over there. The only thing I can get it to use is PayPal of all things. And that's been over the past 3 weeks or so. So if anybody online knows that it actually works, let me know. If you've shipped anything in the past 2-3 weeks. Because I go down to UPS directly or FedEx, and it ends up costing me about a third more than it would have online. And then they charge me again every time anything gets to Ohio for some damn reason. Yeah, they decide to get their panties in a bunch for some reason. So everything goes to Ohio. They, charge me an extra $30-$40 for God knows what. But I always get a message in the email.
Hell, it makes you almost want to just keep the stuff.
I hear you. Okay, it says you should have
say
control.
local pickup only.
Do twat?
Local pickup only.
Oh, it should.
You have to meet them down the street, or not at your house, but meet them in the park or somewhere in the Walmart parking lot.
I can't even get that done over with my big cabinets and all that stuff. Nobody wants any gear, it seems like. If you ever try to blow out, like I've got a couple of bass guitar cabinets here and a couple of sound system cabinets I wanted to get rid of. And, I'll tell you what, you can't get rid of this stuff. People will put, what was the one I saw just recently? It was the Crate Blue Voodoo 412 cabinet, and it was just in Vegas. Looked great, amazing, and $100 for best offer.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You can't even ship it for $100.
Oh hell no.
To Ohio even.
Oh, I know. TC says a real tube stack. I don't know if he was talking about the actual crate that we were just talking about, but I actually enjoyed that amp for what it was. I got it, man. I'm woke. Now, do you use Cakewalk at all, Ed?
No, I never have. I know guys that do, but
Say James is talking about he uses it, but
yeah, I know a guy that used to use Cakewalk to control lights.
oh, really?
Somehow, yeah, it was called Cakewalk Standard or something.
Huh.
He used it to control his lighting.
Well, that's different. Well, I guess I've seen people do whole light shows, of course, on like they do at all the.
Well, plus, all right, what he did, he had backing tracks.
Uh-huh. Oh, and
And
he wanted everything to.
somehow he was queuing up his backing tracks and controlling his lights through Cakewalk.
Right. So he was getting everything right down to the.
Well, this was quite a while ago. This is way back when Cakewalk was brand new, and he was going with a one-man thing. And I was like, well, you're doing the one-man band thing. You're kind of useless to me.
Yeah.
Eddie,
Yeah,
Ed, by the way, you do now have control of the chat. I don't know if you noticed my message.
Yeah,
in the
I
chat.
highlighted your.
Oh, okay.
Bunghole.
There you go. There you go.
Highlighted your bunghole.
My bunghole needs no highlighting. The sun shines out of it like a little supernova.
I used to drive a Nova.
Like a little brown star.
Oh, brown star, brown star. Oh, where are you? That sounds like it sounds like a fucking pirate. Arr. I was going to ask something. Oh yeah, about your bunghole. Now they always talk about anal bleaching. I wonder if you could just.
They don't always talk about it, but
Well, not always, but those that do, yeah, they talk about it.
what good's it gonna do me? I can't see it.
I know. I was just wondering if we could get like a.
If I was that flexible, I'd be in the circus.
Uh huh. if we had like what are those markers? The ones
A
everybody
paint marker?
uses. Oh, could be.
A paint marker?
Well, that's what
A
everybody
Sharpie?
uses. There you go. That's Sharpie in every color. I think they make them in all kinds of colors. Depending on what color butthole you want, you can get that color Sharpie.
Bung shui.
I don't know. Some people are a little bit big on that for some reason.
Some people are kind of anal about that stuff.
True. A highlighter. Yes. that's definitely a Duncan thing. He highlights the whole room when he walks in. Muffin and hot dog water. Oh, mercy. Oh, the Soggy Bottom Boys. I'm just rattling over here. I was watching a band that nobody in here ever watches, which is Newgrass Revival. I know James does probably. They're long over with, but if you ever get to watch Newgrass Revival, there's a live version of Can't Stop Now. That's the name of the song on here. Check that one out. It's got a real botched last vocal note. But other than that, being botched like twice in the single breath. Other than that, it's flawless. and amazing.
I do have to say at this point though, I do absolutely adore the soundtrack to "Oh Brother Where Art Thou,"
Oh,
with the
sure.
Soggy Bottom Boys and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely fantastic soundtrack.
Make
Yeah.
it rain.
Who's making it
Oh.
rain?
It's not doing it. Do it. Do it. Ah.
It said, "Happy Sunday, Scott. Hope you're feeling better soon. What strobe tuner would you recommend? Are you feeling bad?"
I've got, scarlet fever.
Yay. There we go.
There we go.
You've got scarlet fever.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a heart thing, isn't it?
I'm always lucky like that. I've had it since the day I was born. I get it like twice a year. So it's never fun. So
Isn't that a heart condition?
it fucks a heart up. It's not necessarily a heart condition, but yeah, it doesn't no good. Yeah, it's about a 20,000 people a year on the globe thing.
Wow.
How many on the flat Earth?
Oh, how many on the flat Earth? Even more. Even more.
No, they don't believe it's a thing. Probably. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, Curtis, thank you very much, brother. I didn't even notice. I just thought you guys were over here trying to. Oh, as far as the strobe tuner, I would recommend. Now, this would 100% depend on if you want to use it live or not. It really does. If you're going to actually take it out to a gig and use it.
Digital tuners have come a long, long way.
Right. Let's see. Bronze Snake made it in. Let's see. Are my anal warts showing?
No. Heavens, no.
Inflammation of the foreskin reminds me of your smile.
Where'd that one come from? There, I got the goddamn thing. Okay. Okay. There's the dirty ass Peterson strobe tuner. And let's see.
That's huge. You don't clamp that on the headstock, do you?
Not usually. It's not usually a thing that's done. But anyway, it looks like that. So
it's very cool.
Yep. And the other ones do the same thing, except for this one, you don't ever have to change anything. You just turn it on and go, and it automatically tells you what note you're trying to tune. Whereas the con strobe tuners that are both right side by side down there, the screen lights up like that, but they have to be, a knob has to be turned for every single string that you want to tune. So those are back in the 70s. This is current.
Was there something with the cons that they would have to get calibrated?
Yes. And you have to calibrate them every time you use them. So I'd probably go for this Peterson. It's got all kinds of modes and stuff in it because you can program some people will battle me all day on this, but when it comes to things like guitars, all the way to definitely pedal steel guitars, people say, oh, you don't have to tune a string flatter than it's supposed to be. It's like, well, not if you play it different than you actually do. If you tune differently than you play, then you better be in for a big surprise. Everything will be sharp when you go to play. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is for different instruments, for different things, for open tunings, for blah, blah, blah. This has all of it going on there. If you actually tune your pedal steel with your G sharp strings sharper than G sharp, but only to a certain degree, and other strings like that in order to make it do what it's supposed to do. Because G sharp strings on any instrument have always been a bitch. People think it's their G string that's always funking out, but it's actually the G sharp that is messing with you real bad. It's right between the G and the G sharp. And there's another one in the B-ish area. But yeah, you can put that in and have your own settings for different instruments, and you don't have to go by what the man says. Unless it's me, then I'm the man.
I hate to be snarky.
Oh, the snark.
Go on, be snarky.
Well, you can get them for like $5.
Yeah, but they don't do all this stuff.
No, they don't.
But as far as strobe tuners, if you're looking, that's my suggestion. They do make strobe headstock tuners. I saw somebody makes the goddamn thing. I was looking for it and couldn't find it. Probably because I didn't look all the way right or all the way left. But I was watching Chris Stapleton doing whatever he does, and it was a single thing, just him singing with his acoustic guitar. But at the end of the guitar, of course, there sat his tuner glued to the end of the thing. But it was, just flashing about 10 different colors. Why? I don't know, but I never have found one that has a light show built in it.
Thank you, Dwayne Nixon, for $5. Evening, Dr. Groovy.
Hey, good evening to you, my friend. Hope everything's lovely. David's talking about Peterson makes a good headstock tuner. It might have been something like that. See, I don't even know if Khan is still in the business of making anything. I don't know if they're still one of the brass people to go to for instruments or not. Couldn't tell you.
The Wrath of Khan.
Khan! Khan! I got Khan!
Well, you know the old trucker joke. Old truckers never die. They just get a new Peterbilt.
This is right. Or
how that translates to Peterson, I don't know.
Somebody was asking about what was that headband on for live show convenience. Yeah. Actually, I put this on the leg of my pedal steel, and it points up at me, and it's got a clamp here so that it clamps onto the leg of the pedal steel.
It's exactly like the clamp on my drink rack for my mic stand.
Is it? Same deal going on back here.
Yep.
It's about what they've got.
Can you strap that on your dog's leg?
I can strap it on your dog's leg.
Oh, you don't have a dog.
That's right.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if that piece of kit has been used in some sci-fi channel movie, as like some kind of tracking device or something. Because it's just got such a cool display and a cool look. When it's like, I mean, I saw a crappy sci-fi film the other day, and I was showing my son. They basically had to control the spaceship. It was a mixing board, a big like production mixing board.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, what it's like. You know what sci-fi is like.
They're like nobody
equipment.
knows. Yeah, they're like nobody knows what the hell it is anyway. So.
Here's a sci-fi trivia question.
Okay, lay it on me.
Who said it's worse than that? He's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead.
Well, actually, you never said that, but that was you were talking about Bones, Dr. McCoy from Star Trek.
No.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
What do I win? Where's my prize?
What's his name? DeForest Kelly?
DeForest Kelly, yeah.
Boom.
He's gone now.
He's unconscious.
Yes.
It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim.
We lost Nichelle Nichols yesterday.
Who's that?
Uhura. She passed away.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. Bless her.
That was the sea monkey. Oh, the Gallon. Okay, I know who she is.
Yes, the communications officer on the Enterprise.
Was Uhura secretly in love with Spock, or was it one of the other ones?
Oh no, that was Nurse Chapel who was secretly in love with Spock.
Who is
except in the new movies, except in the new movies with a different timeline, where Spock and Uhura were having a bit of a ding dong, a bit of a pon, a bit of a pon far.
I think in the old series, they kind of alluded to Uhura had a thing for Captain Kirk.
Well, they had the famous kissing scene in Star Trek with Uhura kissing, Kirk kissing Uhura, but and that was like the first interracial kiss on television. So it was a huge uproar. I love it.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't Sulu.
I've taken a shit.
You taking a shit?
Sulu's favorite line is, "I never met a guy I didn't lick."
Yeah, David Wood says Duncan Shaw knows his Star Trek. I'm afraid so. I'm a bit, yeah. Not like some people. Not like some people.
Is it Uhura or Uhura?
Uhura.
Uhura.
Yes.
That's like the old couple they're in Hawaii, and the old guy's arguing with his wife. It's Hawaii. It's Hawaii. It's Hawaii. It's Hawaii. So the guy asks the little old man next to him, he says, "Is it Hawaii or Hawaii?" And the guy says, "Hawaii. Thank you. You're welcome."
You're bad, dude. Or the joke was.
I never said the jokes were funny.
Okay. Oh, Polytune is a good headstock tuner. That's what I use. If I have to use them.
I never have to tune my headstock. It's usually my strings.
Yeah, never. You ever use the piano capo?
No, I can't say as I have.
Yeah, it's these two big long pieces of 2x4. And they got a hinge in the middle and some felt glued to them on each side on the inside.
What? And they put them on a piano?
Yeah. For jokes.
Like Ed said, the jokes aren't very good here. Don't worry about it, folks.
No.
You didn't come here for the humor or the entertainment.
Hello, I'm the Viper. I come to vipe your windows.
that whole thing.
Yes, GW Taylor. I have that tuner. I have a Google tuner on all my devices. Well, it's not a Google tuner, but it came from Google. And it seems to be fairly accurate.
Let's see. And it will show all six strings at once if they're flat or what. So I can do this. And what's it telling me? I don't want to be tuned. Shows my D is slightly sharp. Everything else is fine.
Randall Vandergriff wants to know.
No,
Randall Vandergriff wants to know.
I don't think so.
Did you ever want a Mossrite guitar or a Mossrite style guitar? And if not, why?
No, I never wanted one. Just out of all things in the world, I would think that was ugly was those. I thought those were ugly, and weren't they a Ventures guitar for a while?
Yes.
And then they finally did a Fender
I
thing.
also believe the Ramones did a stint with them, with the white ones.
Well, of course.
I love this. I was in tune almost once and stuff.
I never saw any black Ramones, but go ahead. Yeah.
D slightly sharp. We're going to play a song now. It's in D slightly sharp.
D slightly sharp. What? Somebody's talking about scissoring. Why? Why are they talking about scissoring?
Your piano capo joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that
Bronze Snake, it sounds like you traded a whole lot of shit for another piece of shit, but who am I to judge?
I saw, God, what was it? What'd he do?
He traded his Casino, Seagull Maritime, and an Epiphone AJ100 for an Epiphone Excelente. Only 40 coming into Canada, and I was lucky to get one. Were you lucky or unlucky?
It was it Excelente.
The Excelente is not shit, bro, and how dare you? I'm just teasing you, dude. Look, the king of sarcasm here has a meltdown.
Who?
Bronze Snake.
I like Epi for the money. They've never given me any money. I'd like if they did. So I can't really say I like any guitar for the money. Nobody's ever given me guitar.
Scott at this point just likes
gave
money.
out money. Huh?
Scott at this point just likes money.
Yeah, I'll take some. Throw it by the house as you come by. Let's see. What went out of here today? Or what is going out of here come
Your mind.
the morning? Oh yeah, some white Kramer thing I had. It went away. Oh, a Dillian purple thing, kind of Explorer or Firebird looking.
Yes, I remember that guitar.
Yeah, mother toilet seat top. And let's see.
Any bites on the gold Strat Plus?
Nope. I got rid of the Ovation that is right here. Well, let's say it currently has a bid on it. We could say that. And got a winner on the winner chicken dinner on the Corvus.
Really?
Yep.
And it wasn't Trogley.
Nope.
Well, Trogley, snooze you lose, buddy.
That's right. Yeah, don't take long till the right person walks in and has to have it.
So, are you satisfied yet, Scott? Have you dumped enough stuff?
To be what?
Satisfied.
With who?
Yourself.
Not till it's all gone.
It's all got to go. It's
You
going,
want it
going,
all
going.
gone. You
It's
want it
going,
all
going,
gone.
going. It's the Scott Grove Summer of Madness. Everything's got to go.
That's right. I hate for projects that just sit. It's like, well, if I'm going to do something, come on, let's go. It's like I got to get into I don't have to get into him, my stepson, but got to get him to fill all the holes and spackle the walls and blah, 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 blah.
Have you
After
looked
all
for a
it's done.
place?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, that's strictly so I can get my deposit back.
Have you looked for a new place?
No. No, that's not my job. It has to be something that you don't mind living in after I'm dead.
The trailer park's nice.
I know where there is one. I think there's only 2 left here. I don't think the upper elite care for such a thing. I know they're going on a major bitch rampage because people that aren't their kind are moving in. So they're opening up temporary housing for, well, let's throw it out there, temporary housing for Mexicans so they can have a place to live while they're here from California or from wherever. And they want them to build their house, but they don't want them to be here in town renting a place to stay while they're doing their job.
Mexicans come from California?
Some of them, yeah.
The Californian ones do.
And then they come from a bunch of them over here from Arizona and New Mexico. And there's plenty here in Nevada somewhere.
Curtis Coleman wants to know what mics are your favorites to use on amps. Thanks.
Oh, it's got it right.
SM57.
No. I spit on 57s and 58s and such things. Oh.
Well, they're durable mics. They can take it.
Oh, yeah. I just spit on them. Okay, there we go.
Oh, the old Telefunken.
Telefunken. Okay, so this is the Electric Voice ND's 478, which it'll never, what do you call that? There it is. So that's what I cram on guitars and such things. And then the 767A Electric Voice for vocals. I use EV on everything except for my overheads. For the drum kit. But they don't make them anymore. But there is a new animal out for each of them that I'm not fond of.
For drums, do you use those things called C triggers?
Oh, for the clamps? Or just for the C triggers? Yeah, them clamp triggers.
Bronze
I've-
steak. The cookbook is in the process of being compiled.
It's gonna be a cookbook.
I'm currently working on the powdered toast chapter.
Ooh, I like powdered toast, man.
What?
Are you
What's
not familiar with powdered toast, man?
powdered toast? What the fuck is that?
It rolls downstairs, a loner in pairs, runs over the neighbor's dog. It's great for a snack or weight on your back. Everyone knows it's log.
It's log. It's log. It's big. It's shiny. It's wood. It's log. It's log.
Yeah,
It's
that
better
was-
than
that-
bad. It's good.
It's
That's
so
red.
bad, it's
That's
good.
red. That's Red and Stimpy. What's it got to do with powdered? No,
Powdered toast man is on there.
Oh, shut up.
Powdered Toast Man is on Ren and Stimpy.
He's on
Oh God.
He was a superhero. Listen. I
powdered toast man.
used to go do the grocery shopping for my wife's mother, and I would go over her list, and I'd go, I don't see powdered toast on here, and she'd go, powdered toast. Oh, there's no such thing as powdered toast.
Anybody out there got anybody? I know my old bass player used to get his sister all the time, but we all did. But anyway, he would send her down to the car place and always send her down to get oil and what was it? Turn signal fluid.
Blinker fluid.
Yeah, blinker fluid.
Well, I used to work in a dealership and had a lady come in, wanted new air in her tires.
Oh, because the other one
Because her
had been in there for
son-in-law,
long
because
enough,
her son-in-law told her that she needed to have the air changed in her tires.
rotated. Yeah.
Because the air hadn't been changed in her tires. And this lady was not taking no for an answer. So I obligingly let the air out to where, the tire wasn't completely flat and pumped her tires back up, and happily she drove away with her new air. And I suppose the car handled just marvelously after that. But old people, geez.
Billy Bob's got muffler bearings.
Yeah, muffler bearings, blinker fluid.
Let's see. Electric voice. It was the choice, mic choice for John Lennon. Well, I better start looking at other mics. I don't want to be associated.
Now, Bronze Snake in the chat says the left-handed hammers are right beside the skyhooks and employed hobos. Now, I bet you Ed's going to turn around and say, well, yeah, because Ed knows his hammers. I bet he's going to turn around and say there are such things as left-handed and right-handed hammers. I know it.
Well, if you want to get technical about it.
What? Is there a left-handed hammer?
I once sent a kid, a newbie, looking for a bucket of steam.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just got there.
Curtis, for another $5. Thanks, Scott. The strobe tuner was for setting up intonation. What was the model of the Peterson you have?
You'll be amazing with this. So,
Metric screwdrivers. I have a metric crescent wrench.
you do not.
Duncan would call it a spanner.
No, a crescent wrench is that's a monkey wrench, isn't it?
No, monkey wrench is different. Monkey wrench is different. Anyway,
That's an
here in the
adjustable
States,
spanner.
Adjustable spanner. It's. I got a metric one.
Yeah, like I can fucking read. Uh, let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, I got shot. I hate when that happens.
It is America.
America.
Okay, it's called a. Come here, you bitch. Strobo Plus HD Peterson model number SP1.
Oh, like the PVSPs.
Yep, the SP1.
That's the big one.
Yes, it is.
That's the big one. And
Unless
winner
you-
of this year's gentleman contest, Iva Biggin.
I have a big one. I don't know why I've got this hanging in my face today. Did I say it? I said it. Of course I did.
It looks like a lawn sprinkler.
What does?
Your tuner.
Where is it? What this does?
Yeah. I didn't say it. Billy Bob Hammer did.
Oh, then I got to go have a talk. Somebody's actually talking about Burns guitars.
And what's the deal on Burns guitars? I'm not up on those.
Oh, they're very cool. They have the, it's the goddamn Strat that I like more than anything. But they have the pickups in them that look like, they look like those shitty ones that Brian May put in his guitar when he was a kid.
When he was a kid.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
What, the one he's been using for his struggling career?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do know
Those.
the tuners, but I don't know the names of them. He also had Burns pickups.
Oh, really?
The pickups were Burns. Yeah. I thought you were a Squire guy, Scott.
No, I've owned one. No, I've owned two. I've had two of them. No, I had three.
Oh, Bronze Snake.
You have to do it with a Scottish accent to make it funny.
Drunk woman sticks her hand up as
Stick your hand up
Scotsman's
there again,
killed.
and I'll bet it grew some more.
Yeah, no, we said the Scottish accent.
Me?
That was my Scottish accent.
Okay.
I see. I'm Scottish. I'm actually not.
You guys aren't aware, but Duncan is a Scotsman.
Yes,
He's-
I'm afraid I'm a wee bit more Scottish than you. Although, having said that, I think Ed could probably do a better Scottish accent than I can.
Duncan was born in Scotland.
He was.
And immediately asked to leave.
yeah. My dad left.
Why do Scots wear kilts? From Billy Bob.
Is that? Well, he's asking a question. It's the first question you've had
It's
for
a
the
real
night.
question. First question.
It's the
of
first
night.
question. Okay, here's the first question we had for the night. Dr. Groovy, why do Scots wear kilts?
To get to the other side. Always the first thing I
And
started.
the answer is because sheep can hear a zipper a mile away.
No, you're talking. You got to be talking about the Welsh if you talk about sheep shagging, not the Scots.
Sheep shagging. Flunkin' Duncan. Have you heard that before? Dunk.
What's that?
Flunkin' Duncan.
Flunking Duncan.
Yes,
I like this
I-
Big
one.
Steve just called you Flunkin' Duncan.
Definition of a
I've-
gentleman.
I've heard quite a
Definition of
few
a
things.
gentleman.
Did you try it?
The definition of a gentleman. A man who knows how to play bagpipes, but doesn't.
Ah,
That would also go with accordion, bongos, and banjo.
I got a bongo and a banjo here. Oh, I see. You didn't want me to whip them out? Oh, I sold the mandolin. I think I might have told you, though. Yeah, that one's out of here. What else is out of here? I got to pack up tonight. Finally, I get to pack it up. I've been waiting for the checks to clear. Checks in the mail crap. That Gene Simmons axe thing back there, and again, finally for the last time, the caramel flying V right over here is going in a box tonight. So,
Question from Jay Ray.
yes,
You can call me Ray. You can call me Jay. You can call me Jay Ray. But you don't have to call me Johnson. Can you explain the difference between the Les Paul family of guitars, the standard, the deluxe, and the custom? Can I take a quick shot at this?
Oh, sure.
One is standard.
Yes.
Then there's one that is deluxe.
Yes.
Then there's the custom.
Okay. That's pretty damn close.
So, different words.
Different words?
They're all exactly the same, just got different word on the headstock.
Okay, so
price.
the standard has where it says Les Paul up at the top on it's silk screened on there, has two humbuckers, has one multi-layer of binding on the round at the top, has its typical humbuckers. The custom generally has three humbuckers, but can have two, and but it does have for sure the binding on both sides of the body, so the top and bottom, and has the really cool diamond inlay shape on the top of the headstock, and says Les Paul on the truss rod cover, and then what was his other one?
Deluxe.
The deluxes have mini humbuckers in them, and back again with the silk screened Les Paul thing up there on the head.
I like the mini humbuckers just
Mhm.
because I like the look.
Yeah, they were a big thing in the 70s, 73 through 9. Everybody was into them. They were putting them in all kinds of stuff. That's basically the difference, how much binding you get and how big your pickups are. But you're going to pay a lot of money for that binding.
Just to warn you guys, Dick Dawson's going to join us in a few minutes.
Okay. Oh, and
I could tell him to fuck off if you want.
Oh no, not at all. I was trying to finish up on what I was able to come up with. Was
Well, there's the price difference.
well, yeah. There's the standards have the trapezoidal, not trapezoidal, but tall, long on the top if you're hanging them up. Fret markers, and then they swoop down to skinnier in the middle there. But the customs have completely square or rectangle position markers, and the deluxes
Once in a
I'm going to
while,
go with the standards.
once in a while,
Type.
Gibson would throw the split rectangle on a guitar. I think ES335s or something sometimes had
Right.
the split one. They had like a slash mark through it or something.
Right. It says, where is it? Something for Ed. Ed, do you play Metallica when no one is looking?
Absolutely not.
Let's see. Curtis is asking if there any help with the melodic minor mode.
Yeah, don't.
Don't. Yeah.
This is strictly a major minor pentatonic crowd. We're not going for any of that fancy schmancy melodic minor mode stuff.
Let's see. What was that one thing you knew? The minor commode stuff?
Well, I use two scales, the Jamolian
And the Lick a Lesbian?
and the Jabronian.
Let's see. Oh, do I miss the snow? Do I prefer the West with the Midwest? Let's see. The only thing I miss about the Midwest is the fact that I know I could have been working all this time with zero question about it, and that I would be happy with the people that I was playing with, because it's all the same people still doing it. You know who to avoid, who to be in a group with, who you could, because it's the exact same people playing. And back in the Midwest, back in Indy, again, just everybody knows everybody, and if I go
That's
there,
the way it is here. That's the way it is here, and that's why I stay.
It's who you know or who you blow.
Yeah.
Like anything, but once you start playing, you're playing for the next 60 years until you're dead, because you're just always going to reign supreme over the young bucks. They're off doing their little computer things.
We played last night, and a couple came in, and I sat down because, they were talking to me. And they said they were up and down the strip all weekend, had seen about 15 bands, and every band, the people in the bands were 40 and older.
Mm-hmm.
There were no young musicians out there. And the guy made the comment, he goes, that's because kids don't know how to play instruments. I said, I don't necessarily agree with that, but there is something to be said for the fact that all the bands on the strip are older people playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not kids.
Yeah. Well,
kids. Isn't that because like the kids wouldn't want to be playing? I mean, they have their own music.
To us old people that hang out on the strip, that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd just be playing stuff that nobody else knows. And,
because the place where the kids hang out, that's strictly a hip hop DJ bar.
Right.
That's all DJ'd music, and it's the loudest place on the strip.
Uh-huh.
They're always getting noise complaints, but that's where there's always 1,000 kids every night.
Yeah, a place called Area 15.
I mean, I don't know, Ed.
Where they're all going instead of 51. They're going to 15.
I could see Ed doing hip hop, hippity hop, hip joint replacement hop.
Hip joint replacement hop. Well, we were gonna, because of the condition of all the people in the band, we were considering doing a tribute and calling the band Limpin' Biscuit.
Limpin' Biscuit. I think you should.
But I hate Limp Bizkit, so
That's what she said.
I don't want to play their songs.
Oh,
well, they've got tablets for that now, so you'll be all right.
It's super impressive. Paul muting 000 all the time. Chunka, 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 chunka.
Of course, see, Bronze asked if I would ever sell that Iceman back there. Somebody can sell it for me when I'm dead.
I just have that one go into the fire with you too. What the hell?
Put that one in the fire with me as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for ashes.
Yeah.
Talking to hip hop, I saw your video the other night where you were talking to the TV guy who was trying to scam you out of something or other, and you were playing hip hop, hippity hip hop to that guy on your.
I made that. That's just a bunch of loops that I threw together out of my DAW.
That was so fucking funny.
So all I had to do was, pick the ones that were in the same key. And I use that as my hold music when I'm messing with the telephone scammers.
There he is.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Pardon me, I left my dick out.
Hey, Richard Dawson, keep your lips to yourself, buddy.
I actually did a fake cover song of that song, and it was "Keep Your Mask to Yourself." Fuck, it was funny. How's everybody doing?
Hey, I'm groovy. Yourself?
Oh, I'm feeling that. Absolutely.
Well, come over here and feel it then.
Rub-a-dub-dub, 2 men in a tub, baby.
At
Yeah,
least.
that costs extra.
What's an excited frog say?
Sorry?
What?
What does an excited frog say? Rub it.
Rub it.
Now, what's funny because now Dick's arrived, it's fucked up my avatar thing, so you can see there. No, you're all over the place. I've got a button that says guest. I press it, and that looks shit.
That's why I never capture
them all off.
That's why I never capture them that way. Put it in Spotlight and just grab whatever avatar is speaking at the time. That's the way I do it. It makes it too easy, right? It's just, because they always jump around.
Yeah, but if I put it in Spotlight, then Scott's not center of the screen. So it's his show.
Scott. Freight damage wants to know if you want to sell the Deep Eddy vodka guitar.
Sold it.
Yeah, I saw before I came in, somebody was talking about were you going to sell one of the cool white ones? I think it's over on the right, the Paul Stanley looking one.
That one.
Yeah.
That one's going in the fire.
Those three I'm keeping. So I'm keeping them.
I can see why. I get that.
I had those three built for me. So
Scott, I mean, I don't want to be morbid or anything, but are you considering cremation, or are you just going to a big box in the ground, a big guitar case in the ground?
Oh, I'm just going to burn.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
Shit. Otherwise, we could have had people around your grave like 3 days after you've been buried.
Snorting me?
No, just digging it up and getting the guitars out your box.
I do have a perfect guitar over here that's perfect for going in a box. It's got a reverse headstock on the top. So it's reach down if you ever got a female singer in the band, and you can hike up the old dress or go up in Netherlands. It's a beautiful thing, yeah.
That's called the Neither World.
The clit tickler. Let's see. What you doing, James? You guys go ahead. James, hey, about Dick. It's the guy that reminds me of Howard Stern.
Yeah, I get that quite often, don't I, DK? It's fucking actually crazy.
Just not as popular.
Yeah.
Or rich.
And there's no real naked lesbians on this floor right now.
No, that hasn't happened since the musician days, actually.
Exactly,
it's a sad, tragic tale.
It is.
Yeah, he got them made into rugs.
That's I've got a sad, tragic tale. All my tales have been sad and tragic, actually. I need to go back and see my therapist.
My father, I used to, I'd speak an opinion to my father, and he'd say, "You do have a point, but if you put this hat on, no one will notice."
Oh, your point? That's lovely.
He was a lovely man.
Gets right down to things.
Where is my goddamn... Somebody asked where Krusty was.
We should do a thing where submit a super chat to the channel and we'll read it in a specific character's voice. So if you want, like, Hank Hill or somebody to try Ozzy Osbourne or something like that, and the objective here is to try to make whoever reads the super chat out look as dumb as they possibly can.
I can do Ozzy. Sharon.
I could just read it out in my voice. That would tick all the boxes.
Hey, do it in Michael Caine.
Oh, from Blame It on Rio.
Well, I don't know. Duncan just does a wicked Michael Caine.
I love it.
Yeah, that's Krusty the Wank Sock.
Oh, that's so wrong on so many levels.
And I like him. He's pretty.
It's Krusty the Wank Sock.
Can you see him on the monitor?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Ready Player One or whatever that Player One Start, whatever that movie was. Mom, don't touch that sock.
I used to tell my mom, catch.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
To be honest, I'm surprised it's flexible enough for you to make faces with it.
Well, well, these things. So everybody knows how I'm going to do it now. I'm going to cut off the bottom of this when I'm done drinking it. Then I'm going to cut off the top and just leave a big tube here and slice it down the side and stick that up inside the neck of this thing. And since its name is Krusty, then it'll be going, my wrist will actually be going over the top of this thing. And every time I bend, it'll do.
Well, if you want to add an air of sophistication,
Not me.
He can be Krusty the Wank Stocking.
I'm looking. Oh, yeah, I guess I got to do... I forgot about that, Tim. We're going to have to get Nigel alive again, see if he produces anything other than the stench that had gone on before. But James had drawn me up a Nigel one, so I'll see if I can resurrect him.
Making plans for Nigel, are you?
Yeah, Nigel was he's still alive somewhere. An old character from back in my
Pre-med days.
Yeah, my pre-med days.
Pre-medication.
Or the pre-correct med days. Yeah, you never knew what the fuck I was going to do those days. Yeah, and all the hair was one length, and it came up from underneath whatever amazing hat I had on that day. And I thought I was doing a British accent, but Duncan let me know that I was failing miserably.
Yeah, it was more like Japanese.
It sounded like it. I was trying to do a cross between a fucking Aussie and just anything that sounded from over there, in the wrong place.
I wouldn't worry about it. I fail on a British accent every day. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, you know, that is still so hilarious. That guy that left the comment and that idiot with that fake British accent.
Wow.
Where is it?
Is he talking about me?
Don't you remember like the first couple shows we did? And Scott was getting the bad comments,
Oh,
and,
yes.
and he goes, and that guy with that stupid fake British accent. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah, maybe I sounded a bit, you know, need to sound a bit like, yeah. All right, there, Poppins, you all right? Chimney sweet, yeah. Oh, all right. Apples and pears.
If Duncan was any more British, he would look like a beef eater when he got up in the morning. Come on.
Did you hear about Charles Dickens? He was He was sitting in a tavern, and he said, "I've got writer's block. I can't think of anything new. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything to write about." Bartender, give me a martini. And the bartender said, Oliver Twist.
And that's when he wrote Great Expectations.
Okay. that's bad. Okay.
We've got Scott to the point now where he no longer can understand why he's involved.
Oh, I don't remember. Hold on. Oh, you haven't whipped out the... Oh, the other sock is gone. Okay.
Yeah, Duncan, if you're going to pretend to have a British accent, at least have a good one.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I have to learn the Queen's English.
Now,
Of course, I can be more British if you want, and I can be a superb British accent, and I can bring it on. Yeah, damn it, let's give the boss a good damn good bashing. There you go.
I learned to speak the Queen's English, but shaking my head back and forth to make it sound like that really hurts my neck.
that hurts my waddle. Bottom of my neck. Damn. I forgot I had that going.
I can't remember the guy's name. I stumbled on him yesterday. He's an Englishman. He's got a guitar channel, and he's got instructional videos like songwriting and what was the video about that I was watching? What was the title?
Debbie Does Dallas.
No, it was about good guitars. It was about good guitars or something. This guy literally talked for 10 minutes, and I did not understand a single freaking. I could understand the words. It wasn't his speech or the pronunciation or anything I had trouble with. It was his thought process. Was just like, dude, what are you rambling about? It was about buying and selling guitars.
Hang on.
But in reference to what Scott said there, Debbie Does Dallas. I mean, come on. In this day and age, isn't it Debbie's daughter does more of Dallas? I mean, you know.
I think you are correct. I'm trying to see. Somebody asked about two guitars back
The
here.
Charvette.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you have a Pinto or a Nova?
I used to have a Vauxhall Chevette.
Jesus.
I was asking if it had Floyd Rose on it. No. Got typical Strat Plus looking whammy going on. So some block.
It looks like the kind of thing that Jakey Lee would have played for Bark at the Moon.
Oh, certainly.
Scott doesn't know who Jakey Lee is.
To me, he's my favorite Aussie guitar player.
Play for Aussie.
Yeah.
My favorite Aussie guitar player is Tony Iommi.
That okay. I wasn't including Black Sabbath. I was only including Ozzy in that. So
yeah, I have to go with Randy Rhoads.
yeah, for me it's Jakey Lee. I love those two records. He put so much into the left-hand work of his guitar playing. I'm a big fan.
Let's see. Oh,
Scott, I'm at a crossroads in my life. I think I got to start using a thumb pick.
Really? I can't do with the Randy Rhoads thing.
My hand won't work.
I can't play them, Scott. They look lovely, but to me they're just useless in my hand.
They look better as a strap on. Oh, there we go. God, I need to be just a little fatter. Okay.
Sounded like somebody was making sure you were feeling good in the background there, buddy.
I know. Holy shit. If I lose my weight, I will lose my sexiness. Okay, so why don't I have a 335 or a 335 style guitar? Sold it. I had a guy that wanted to buy two guitars over here off of me. Actually traded them. He wanted me to trade them. He's got two Gretsch guitars that he'll trade for, but only one that he'll sell. So he's got a Country Gentleman and a Duo Jet or some kind of weird name. But he's 83. I think he'll forget that he called, and I can remind him if they're not selling on my end. Then
yeah.
Oh yeah, I called you yesterday and waiting for you to call back, dude. he wouldn't know the difference.
Speaking of hollow bodies, an underrated hollow body from history that is really good for a sort of late 70s, 80s sort of rock band was the Kramer Farrington. Remember that one?
I remember him very well.
That was a cool guitar. It had a really good sound for live, for if you were doing a cover band and you were going to be playing like Bon Jovi, Dead or Alive and stuff. That was probably the axe you should have had.
Yeah, I had 3 or 4 of those things, I think.
I had one, sold it, and regretted it so bad within months. I bought another one, but then I ended up selling it again because I just, if you're not using it live, it doesn't sound good enough to record with, but it was great for live.
Yeah. Yeah, the body was so small that it wouldn't feed back on you.
Exactly.
Well, if you
like
didn't
the big
have
old honkers did.
If you didn't have an Eastman Messenger with a metal neck, you didn't have nothing.
Now, aren't they making the...
They make guitars again, yeah. Mark Farner played an Eastman Messenger when he was the biggest band in the world that he paid $200 and some for, and Terry Knight was ripping him off so bad that he had to make payments on the guitar.
Wow.
Whoa, dude, that's a sad fucking story.
True.
There's too many of those from throughout music, though. There really is.
Grand Funk got royally screwed. Mark Farner got royally screwed by management and the record company.
And there's a few artists out there, quite a few. I'm sure we can all cite examples of this where they've gotten together and done greatest hits albums, but they've had to re-record the music because they were getting no fucking rights out of the old greatest hits packages that were the only ones selling anymore.
Well, John Fogerty for 20 years couldn't perform his own music.
Oh, you know the story about him getting sued for sounding like himself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but he went into court and said, no, that sounds like this. And he played it and he goes, and this sounds like this. And the judge said, yeah, they're not even close.
There's also a quote, and he said to the judge, Your Honor, I wrote both songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, how can that be?
Wasn't that
Well, he refused to cooperate with the record company, so they just tied him up. They hemmed him up and said, "Fine."
didn't they actually go there with
Green River. Yep, Old Man Down the Road and Green River.
let's see.
No, it's
There it
the
is.
old man down the road and run through the jungle, isn't it?
Run through the jungle, yeah.
Run through
Yeah.
my bunghole. Run through my bunghole.
But if those songs didn't sound that way, they wouldn't have been written by him. Like, it's just
Right.
ridiculous. You know what I mean?
And you have to sing them, or at least attempt to like him. Otherwise, there's just like no reason to do it.
I mean, if that lawsuit went through, how did Rob Zombie not get sued for sounding like White Zombie, right?
You could be correct, sir.
Not that I'm overly interested in either, but I mean, it was basically the same band except without the girl playing bass. You know, like, you know.
They've got that going with who is it? White Snake's doing that.
What?
Oh, the story of Coverdale
The chick
firing
player.
the whole band and then hiring fucking Adrian Vandenberg
Yeah.
and everybody, right? Oh
Exactly.
my God.
Yeah, he's got no voice left, so he's having two different keyboard players that he added that are doing the
Triggering
lead
tracks
vocals
and yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's going down, taking the low harmonies and letting them take the lead line, and
Oh, it was the same thing on David Lee Roth's second tour solo with Vi. She had already knew to jump ship, right? And it was David Lee Roth was up on stage just doing the yeah, woo, and whatnot. It was so bad, man.
yeah. Dave was fine, the fun guy, but God, that ran out fast.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's gonna love Van Halen for the first album or first two albums or so, and then I don't know, give me Hagar.
When it comes to Van Halen live, there is no clip of Roth with the band that is good as a clip with Hagar with the band. With Sammy Hagar, everything was done to a professional level that the live show became something that was unbelievable. It wasn't just stoned out drunk rock and roll.
Right.
In 1974, I was 14 years old, and Montrose released their first album with Sammy Hagar as the singer.
Huh.
And they did, Bad Motor Scooter and Rock Candy and Rock the Nation and Make It Laugh.
That is an album. It's so good.
And I had never heard anybody like Sammy before.
He sings like a Ferrari engine at high rev.
He does, actually.
Oh, there's a comment there. Don't care, no use for Van Hagar. I disagree. There's so many good songs from that.
Oh, I mean, give me what you started.
Oh,
Pound Cake.
What's it? Cabo Wabo. Black and Blue.
Chicken Foot's an awesome band.
Oh, Chicken Foot. Don't even get me started, Ed. Oh my God.
Michael Anthony, he chose to go with Sammy.
Yep. And once Michael Anthony was gone, the real voice of Van Halen was gone because his voice was the cohesive thing.
He did all the backup.
Yeah.
All the ones that are worth listening to. Did you ever hear any of Ed's stuff from before Roth came along?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Ed singing lead. Yeah,
those are I love it that we live in a world where those are actually findable now because back in the 80s we weren't listening to that, man.
Yeah, when it was the whole Mammoth thing, it's like it was Eddie's lead vocal thing, and
yeah,
he actually appeared on a so-called piano / lead vocal thing on one of the Van Hagar albums, but I don't think anybody could listen to it more than once. He was delusional on that vocal end, but
yeah,
he was covered.
I remember Eddie Van Halen going on to David Letterman and doing Panama
Instrumentally, yeah.
and I was like, why don't they just do that?
Yeah.
but that also shows the true virtuosity of the man, because the song can be stripped down to that and still kick ass.
No, certainly.
Right? That to me shows that the song has merit, right?
Yeah, it was just, I didn't miss a fucking thing when they did it that way. It's like, oh, better.
Well, I was never over the top for Van Halen anyway, because it wasn't any kind of music any band I was in was going to play. It was just unobtainable. So what was the point? You know, if I couldn't throw the song together in a couple hours, you weren't going to do that with Eruption. I remember starting to work on Eruption, trying to learn Eruption. And I got into it a little bit, and I started figuring it out. And this was before YouTube, right? And then I was like, what am I doing? You know, if I play this for somebody, they're just going to laugh at me.
Well, just some geezer out there trying to
Yeah.
be relevant.
For me, it was actually the other way. I was all into that stuff, and I made sure that all my bands from the time I was in like grade 9 all through high school and stuff could play that kind of shit and whatnot. And I actually became a little bit of a jerk now and then in a few people's eyes, because I would chew through a band member if somebody else could do it better and whatnot, because I was only looking to be as good as we could. And I remember being like, I don't know, 17 turning 18 and being on stage at Clancy's Live in Burlington, Ontario for like my first time. And we were playing Little Dreamer by Van Halen, and it felt so goddamn good. You know, I had the reverb and everything just right. I was able to bring those swells in during the fucking verse. And it's just one of those things I'll never forget, man.
I remember in the early 80s in that Stevie Ray Vaughan Couldn't Stand the Weather video came on MTV, and all hell broke loose for me, man. That was that's what I had to be.
I remember the day that Stevie Ray Vaughan died, and we all started hearing it on the radio. We all converged at the same bars that we all, you know, hung out at and whatnot. And every single bar in Southern Ontario became an open jam night to Stevie Ray Vaughan that night. It was fucking crazy. It was unbelievable.
It's like you walk from one bar to the other. Hey, 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 mama. And there, it's every single bar you walk into. The next cover band, guess what they're doing? The same song. If you're doing a Stevie Ray Vaughan night, it's going to be the same, 3 songs in a row over and over and over and over.
Pretty much. I mean, it's you got a lot of balls to do a Stevie Ray Vaughan cover of Hendrix and pull it off, because he had the balls to do it, right? That's a tough call, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that one it is.
I love the fact that most people don't know that Stevie Ray Vaughan's first big intro to the public was David Bowie, Let's Dance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. What the hell was I just going to do with I'm not going to think of it. What were you on? Right. We were talking about some goddamn thing and I forgot. My poor brain. It's being doubly fried on me today.
I'm drawing a blank, and I hate to Google because, you know, that's not a natural chat, right? I don't do that.
Yeah, if I can't think of it, I'll be like, okay, I wasted 30 seconds. What? So what?
Yeah, no, I'd rather wait for the live chat to fill in the blank and interact
Yeah.
with them. That's how that's how it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Knight Rider, I agree. Stevie Ray Vaughan is to be respected, just like Eddie. Yep.
Oh yeah. I don't see how people can
Well, wait.
even
What? Do you
not
mean?
go there.
I don't get no respect. No respect
mean-
at all.
do you mean- You mean this Eddie?
Yes. Where is he? Oh, that Eddie. Oh.
My dad said, Ed, I think there's a shark out there. Swim out and check, would you?
Oh, Curtis, China Girl is just that track, isn't it? Right? Come on.
That's a David Bowie song, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also got some serious Stevie Ray Vaughan guitar playing in it. It's so
that's
good.
right. That's right. Didn't he play on Let's Dance?
Well, it's him for the whole album, right? Bowie found him and brought him to the mainstream, right?
Well, he gave him a big break, but he had already he was already playing at not Macombo, the other one.
Yeah, I've played the Elma
jazz
combo. I know that bar well. But Bowie put him on the stage that would have taken 3 years to get to, no problem. It's totally true, right?
Montreux Jazz Festival was where he was, and Bowie was there, and Bowie came. And you know what? Stevie almost turned him down.
Oh yeah, but
And the other guys,
Stevie,
the other guys in the band said, "Don't turn it down, Stevie. Don't turn him down."
but Stevie had a guaranteed record contract at the end of it, right? So it was totally like it was one of those things where I think the right people were at the right place at the right time in history, and thank fucking God for it, you know.
Because there was a big thing about that Monroe. I don't know how to say it. Montreux Jazz Festival, about a blues band playing.
Yeah.
And he came out. One of my favorite guitar tracks. There's two of them, and I just listened to them yesterday. Both of them. I put one on loop for about a half an hour. Is Riviera Paradise, and the other one is Lenny. And you don't get much. For me, it's a mix of blues and jazz that he does. That's just amazing. Have you ever listened to Riviera Paradise?
Yeah,
I love that song.
What I will say, Ed, is I definitely support your opinion there, because if you look through his catalog, through his history, on his personal Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble stuff, it's definitely blues, but he had more than that. Absolutely.
Now, what was it I just heard? Because I don't know for sure about Clapton being
A dick.
beyond shitty with with Hendrix
Oh,
and with
His
FRV,
mind's going. His brain is failing him.
with Stevie and SRV.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I mean, Jimmy.
Okay.
Jimmy, I'm sorry.
They went to
Hendrix
hear.
And
No,
SRV.
Stevie was playing.
And they went to go hear Clapton.
Stevie Ray Vaughan was playing at Albert Hall,
Uh-huh.
and Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton and a couple other people were there. And Jeff Beck apparently went over to Eric Clapton, and Eric Clapton apparently was a nervous wreck and shaking in his boots. And Jeff Beck, being the prick that he is, was just like, "What do you think of this guy? You know, it's really something." And apparently Eric Clapton looked at Jeff Beck and said, "We're fucked. We need to go practice." And Jeff Beck was just like, "I ain't worried about it. I don't even care."
But Jeff Beck is one of those few people that can just show up unannounced and be told 15 seconds before he's given his guitar what they're up to, and he will be the star of the event. That's just how it works.
Well, yeah, but Eric was shocked. He didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
But lately I think Eric's brain is just.
Dude, I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, there has been some screwed up shit coming out of his mouth over the last couple of years. It's not good.
For a guy who had no problem pumping heroin, cocaine, and alcohol into his veins for years, and to say, I'm not going to get a vaccination because I don't know what's in it.
I know. I was so cheesed to hear that shit, man.
And then Van Morrison teamed up with him, which really pissed me off because I'm a huge Van Morrison fan.
I just
had to put it to, you know what? These guys they're old. They're
Dude,
old.
I had just bought my son a dual LP, 180 gram vinyl of Van Morrison for his record collection, and he came out and said that, and I was like, "You son of a bitch!" Fuck.
Well, they made that song "I'm Not Gonna Take It" or something about the vaccine.
Oh,
and it's
We're
like,
not gonna take it.
yeah, and it's like, Jesus Christ Almighty.
that was sad shit, man.
I mean, well, let's face it, because we all know that musicians are the best scientists in the world.
Yeah.
Eric didn't have a bad reaction to the vaccine. Eric had a bad reaction to his freaking lifestyle before he finally cleaned up before it killed him.
But Duncan had a point there, because that's the same as like Sally Struthers at 300 pounds, doing a commercial about the hungry people in Africa.
Eating all the food.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude, but I had to make the joke.
There's a cocaine shortage. Well, Eric did it all. And heroin. And there was a time that the doctor told Eric Clapton and said, if you want to keep living, you better quit drinking.
Now, go ahead.
Well, also Dick Dawson, he saw a billboard that said, drink Canada dry. So he went there and did.
Yeah. I moved here to do just that.
Best. I'll give it my best shot.
Yeah.
Now...
I mean, Canadians were born, and you people, you use like baby formula and stuff. We just put a nipple on a can of beer.
You said us Canadians are born, as opposed to Americans who a crow shits on a stump.
Pretty much. Some of the neighborhoods around here.
Hey, Charlie Welsh, how you doing, buddy?
Now, wasn't it, again, Clapton that was given, I just read this like a couple days ago, so I don't know how accurate it is. I heard that two people went to Clapton, and I'm trying to think if it's Hendrix and if it's Stevie Ray Vaughan, or it might have been somebody else, but anyway, Clapton told him they were both shit, and how dare they approach him with anything. They were like nothing but fans of Clapton's, and famous and everything. Even at that point, it's like, why would you even think present me with such trivial garbage, and say that you thought of me when you wrote this? It's like,
yeah. I should point out, after that story, Scott, here, a perfect one to lead into it. When Richie, God damn it, what's the guy's name that plays guitar with Bon Jovi?
Sambora.
Richie
Sambora.
Yeah. When he did his solo record, his first one, I don't know if he's done another, that's why I say that.
right.
He did a song about Eric Clapton, and Clapton instantly showed up to play the solo with him and stuff. Yeah, no shit, man. I was shocked. I was a pretty big fan of Bon Jovi in the day because, yeah, it's a little bit bubblegummy, but there's a lot of real rock and roll, and the way they do the harmonies live and stuff, it's actually really good. And I was shocked that Slowhand showed up to be on his record, and it sounded like he didn't just do like a 15-minute fucking hack and then they edited together. It sounded like he actually knew the tune and came prepared.
Right. Sound like he
You know?
actually possibly even wrote the solo before they played it.
Exactly. I'm sure of it. And that's
You know
pretty
that
impressive.
everybody these days, they record like 10 tracks and then the engineer pieces something together workable, and then the guy has to go learn his own solo.
Well, that's the story of engineering Beat It, because Eddie Van
Oh,
Halen
yeah.
came into the studio, recorded a bunch of shit, and then they had to get a hold of Steve Lukather, and they were like, come in and save this, because this is just a fucking mess, right? And
Right.
Lukather saved the day, and Eddie just plays the solo, right?
Right. Yeah,
I love that. Lukather is the unsung hero of rock and roll.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Who?
Steve Lukather. Come on,
I'm
really?
kidding, I'm kidding.
Okay. Good God, Ed, don't scare me like that. Fuck.
Knight Rider saying Jimmy blew Clapton's mind. Well, I guess he
Jimmy,
would do something like that.
as far as I know, Jimmy was not gay at all. He was.
Oh, he wouldn't blow his mind just as
No,
I
he
gotcha.
was quite the womanizer.
Oh man, go ahead.
If you put Hendrix in situation of the era that it came out, it's hard to overstate the explosion of energy that he injected into things. I mean, Jimmy Page was really giving her, and whatnot. But if you look at the years, you can totally see that there's a few dudes playing off each other and carrying it forward and stuff. Jimmy was a force, man.
You know the butterfly picking that Eddie Van Halen would do?
Yes.
All right. There used to be videos on YouTube of Jimi Hendrix closing out Woodstock.
That's right.
Where he's playing the white Strat and he's in the white fringed outfit.
And
he starts doing that tremolo picking, that feather picking, flutter picking, and he's walking up the E string with his thumb. Those videos have freaking disappeared. You can't find them now.
And Ed, if you see those videos, if you can find them, Eddie literally mimicked the right hand. It's exact.
It's exact. He even holds it the same.
100%.
Jimmy held his arm. If you play an upside down Stratocaster, those freaking tone knobs dig into your elbow. You have to hold your arm in a funny position. So, and that's why Jimmy's arm is always held in that position, because he's avoiding bumping into those stupid knobs they're on the top of the guitar. But those videos have disappeared. And they proved what a virtuoso Hendrix really was, because he starts getting into some really bizarre and then into some classical stuff.
Can you, Ed, it's so sad. Scott, you'll agree with this for sure. It's so sad what we missed from the man. Imagine what was to come.
I
don't know.
Huh? I would have to be the guy that does that. I don't think personally that we. How do I say it?
Knight Rider. I've never heard anybody say that Jimmy was right-handed but played left-handed.
Scott, I think I know what you're about to say. I totally know where you're going. Don't hesitate. Just give it.
No, I'm just saying that whether it be Hendrix or whether it be
any of the dead guys.
Yeah. That they had a time of expiration and they pretty much everybody lived right up to about
to it.
Yeah. I think
peaked.
Eddie would have just freaked people the fuck out that
exactly
wouldn't have been viable even.
No,
if Hendrix had lived 5 more years and then Eddie come out and then
I actually Scott, weird thing. I think Eddie would have come out a couple of years earlier.
Yeah.
Because of it. But you're totally right. Eddie Van Halen is a line in the sand that restarts what's possible with a guitar.
Right.
Right? It definitely is. I mean, If you don't see that, you're not paying attention, because everything from Kirk Hammett to yada yada blah 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 starts with Eddie, because he took it one step further into the weird flail, strange. What the fuck is that guy doing?
Right.
Well, TC in the comments says, you know who Hendrix thought was great was Terry Kath from Chicago. Also,
Oh, yeah.
you can go on YouTube and find the Dick Cavett interview where Dick Cavett says to Jimi Hendrix, he goes, "What's it like being called or being the greatest guitar player on earth?" And Jimi Hendrix looks at me and goes, "I don't know. Maybe you should ask Rory Gallagher that question."
That's the guy that never got two sideways looks.
But that's actually, to any honest to God guitar player that's not just in it for their own ego, has that response to the same question, because there's always somebody that they're trying to strive to be as good as.
Well, and then Cavett asked him, he goes, "Are you the best guitar player in the world? Do you think you're the best guitar player in the world?" And Jimi Hendrix goes, "I'm the best guitar player in this chair right now."
That's great.
And he said, he goes, "I don't want to be the best." He goes, "That man, who wants to live up to that?"
Yeah.
The whole idea of using the guitar as a weapon to be the best just gets old. What you need to do is just be yourself, express your musical ability through it, and you'll either touch people or you won't. You know, we'll see who you are.
You know who an underrated guitar player is for me? Peter Frampton's work in Humble Pie.
Oh.
You know, you had Steve Marriott, Greg Ridley from Spooky Tooth, and Peter Frampton, who was 17 years old.
Wow. Really?
Recording and touring with Humble Pie.
Wow.
I actually, oddly enough, I sat down and watched some of that just recently.
I mean, I played my first live show in a bar when I was 17, turning 18 that summer, right? That summer was when I got to start playing a few gigs. But
Do You Feel Like We Do, the Crampton Comes Alive record?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, he's on tour with somebody. I'm just playing a local bar, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even, you know, I feel so inadequate, right? You know, that's amazing. Oh, but Frampton, I mean, oh my God. He has proven over time that he's the master live in front of an audience. Oh my. He's so good.
And
you know,
he's humble.
Well,
Like the pie.
No, he doesn't make a spectacle of himself. He
wears them.
you know who I thought was very good live in their day was Billy Squier.
Oh God, I can't stand him.
The song that killed him.
Rolling around on the floor.
That's the one that
video,
killed him.
rolling around on the floor.
Yeah.
His producer should have been shot.
Oh, right. I mean, it's so bad, but I've seen some live clips of the guy and they're really good, but they're before the, you know, wait a minute, let's try to make him an 80s dude. You know what I mean?
When I heard Billy Squier, I actually thought Led Zeppelin had released a new release. And found out that it was not Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, to me, I thought it was somebody imitating Triumph, a Canadian band with some, you know, more raw kind of stuff in their early days.
Now that guy could flip and sing.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Rick Emmett, right?
Yeah. Holy crap.
Dude, live with the drummer singing the harmonies and stuff.
Yeah.
There are some recordings of
The early
Triumph.
stuff is like, oh my God.
They were so good. It blows me away.
He sang higher than Getty.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. He had the bass player doing the synth thing as well.
Yep. And the bass player was laying in some of the lower end vocals. So there would be a trio playing, a trio on vocals, and live. They could nail some shit that would make other people, you know, queasy to go into the studio. right?
I've been a little queefy. This broadcast brought to you by Massengill.
Oh, we should
Brian
give a
May-
shout out. Yeah, Brian May. That's what I was going to do, Ed.
Kid
Good call.
Wilson,
Yeah.
well, Kid Wilson said Brian May gets no love. He got a lot of love.
My God, can that man put a melody into a guitar solo and still melt your brain with the precision and accuracy of the playing?
All those guitar solos, they were all harmony solos.
I know the way, like, he would sound like an Eventide 3000 doing the harmonies, but it was tracked, right? You know, it was so precise. It was. Wow, he was good. Brian May is, I will say though, underrated because, you know, other people get way more accolade.
Who's Brian May? Keith Richards is not underrated. I don't even think he's rated.
Right.
He was a songwriter. If it wasn't for Mick, and I'll tell you what.
Oh, God, come on. Let's admit it right now. Keith Richards is right up there with Neil Young and Bob Dylan in guitar virtuosity.
Well,
come on.
The thing about Richards is he didn't use standard guitar tuning. He did weird shit. He used banjo tunings and open tunings. And so usually if you go hear somebody cover the Rolling Stones, 9 times out of 10, they're not doing it right.
Right.
They're just doing it the way they heard it. But Richards did it totally freaking different. But, you know, his claim to fame was not being a lead guitar player. Ron Wood was the lead player.
No, but Richards, if you listen to the way it's played, it's very hard to imitate him, to do those rhythms perfectly, because he's got this weird, lazy, oh, there I'm still on time, motherfucker way of playing.
Yeah.
And it does fuck your shit up because it's not natural, right? I'll give him that because, like, Start Me Up, try to make it sound like him. It's the easiest riff there is, and yet nobody ever fucking gets it right. You know, I'll give him that, but it's not technical. It's literally just because you've already fermented your own blood, you know.
That's one thing that I think has gone south as far as with YouTube goes and guitar channels is we have everybody out there thinks they want to be a guitar teacher, which is fine. Teach somebody something. Implore you to do so. But if you can help it, stop teaching it wrong.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, or just don't.
Or just don't. Yeah.
Scott, how many videos have you seen where people aren't even holding the pick properly and stuff? But they've learned over time to adjust to their sloppy style and make it okay. And they're literally showing it like it's the educated way to play. That's not the way it works, right?
True. I saw a guy on, it was an ad that had been in a commercial of some sort, you know, just a placed ad that, in a magazine, but it shows John and Barbara, whoever they are, sitting out on the beach, and it shows him playing his guitar chord up here.
Behind the nut.
Yeah. He's like, and he's got that thumb there, like he's holding it like this. So it would just be, he actually played it. But yeah, he's holding it right there, man. Just.
Well, Scott, everybody knows that's the chord.
The capo, the guy playing behind the capo.
Oh yeah,
that's the chord that'll get you laid every time, right? You know, we all know that.
Wasn't that Hard Day's Night? Wasn't it just all the strings just played open?
No, George was playing a D major, John was playing an F, Paul was playing E flat demolished. There's a lot more to that than just all the strings.
That's layered nicely.
I watched the video of a guy analyze that, and I said, they weren't that smart. They weren't that clever.
Yeah, but that was before India. So, they still had a chance then.
Who was it you were just talking about that was before I cut in? You were talking about me and my poor ass brain.
Keith Richards.
It might have been.
No,
Yeah,
we must
yeah.
be done with him by now, aren't we? Okay.
I'm hoping so, but except I was gonna compare him a little bit to somebody I was just thinking of.
You know who I'll give a shout out to is the guy who actually wrote the Whitesnake album that sold the best, that 80s black album with Still of the Night and Crying in the Rain and whatnot. What's that fucking guy's name? He went on to the band Blue Murder. Somebody in the chat's going to be smart enough to help me on this. Please be quick about it. But, oh my God, was he a wicked songwriter? Like John Sykes. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. That's it. Thank you. Oh, yeah. And like he deserves a lot of credit because, wow, was he fucking awesome.
I'm seeing these people remind me of why do I know his name? I have to because he's amazing then, right?
Well,
yeah.
We all need to get together after this with the people in the chat and just have a big old fist fight because
we could do that over in the Shills Discord server, right, DK? We could have a drunken after fucking fight.
Fight.
That's what it's about. I was going to say that Keith Richards, and everybody's going to love me for this one, but I give him about as much. I care about him as much as I care about George Harrison. How's that?
And
yeah,
that,
okay.
Folks, it's been a good night.
yeah. But everybody's allowed to. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion, no matter how wrong it is. It's okay. But I'm not a huge George Harrison fan either.
I thought they're both real super trippy, out there playing odd. Just like when he went over to Tibet or some bullshit and started learning how to play. What was that one fucking instrument? Sitars.
Yeah.
That George would play and stuff, and it's like then
I like this.
Bonehead was messing with the same shit about the same time.
Electric sitars.
TD504 says Richards and Page had a super unique drunk ass playing style that's impossible to copy.
That's the way it is with Ace Frehley too. Just strictly major, minor, pentatonic, and that is it. And
lots of alcohol.
Both of it. Lots of alcohol on both hands.
Lots of weed, whatever it was.
Both hands were equally drunk.
Well, there's some shout outs.
If you're going to have a drunk left hand, you have to have a drunk right hand too. You can't have one hand sober than the other.
Got to keep it even. There's some shout outs in the chat saying, Harrison wrote this. It's awesome. He wrote, blah, blah. And as a songwriter, Harrison's amazing. But as a guitar player, I don't rate him anywhere near somebody like, Eddie Van Halen, Steve Vai, so on. And, I could go into jazz and all kinds of areas. But Harrison just wasn't that good. He was just a good songwriter.
I'm gonna play you a Harrison solo. Diminished. He wasn't that bad. There you go, Scott. Nailed it first time.
Thank you. I knew I couldn't do more than 2 notes in a row or I'd get demonetized.
Hey, Scott, I was on a roll last night, man. I was nailing those blue notes.
Oh, you hitting the blue notes big time at the gig?
Yeah, blew that note.
Oop, blew that
Blew that note.
Beautimus. Oh, hell, we've reached our point of no return.
Ingve isn't more technical than everyone. Go on. Come on now.
Hold on. Billy Bob Hammer there is like kind of going at my position there. And Ingve is so technical, more technical than everybody. So what? Learn how to judge what matters. Well, no. The question was, who's better at playing the guitar? Not writing songs and coming up with hooks, but better at playing it. And George loses. I'm sorry. It's just true.
Ingve only has one lick, and it's that never-ending diminished minor thing.
Well, that's another opinion, but George could never play it, so that's just a fact, right? You know, the thing is George could never do what Satriani and Vi does and so on. And that's what the argument was. It was about technical ability. But if you want to say who's more important as a band member, then George Harrison probably kicks the shit out of all of them.
I'm gonna blow your minds.
Right?
I'm gonna blow your minds. The best debut album in rock and roll, and their best album ever, because they never made another album quite like it, is Dream On by Aerosmith.
Oh,
that was the best debut album of any rock band, and they never did it again. They got close with Toys in the Attic and Get Your Wings, but they never quite wrote
Toys in
songs
the Attic
again
is
like
good.
they did on Dream On.
Yep. Toys in the Attic is damn good, though.
Yes, it is. It is. I listened to the other night. Still, them guys doing One Way Street and Mama Kin, and it's like, and Moving Out. They don't write them like that anymore.
We just don't write them like that anymore. I'm playing with my sock.
Turn your camera off just to make sure.
Well, nobody's talking about any country pickers like Danny Gatton or Jerry Reed or.
Well, somebody said something about Brad Paisley. Oh, that was James. He's got a moderator wrench.
I don't know a lot of country pickers. It's sadly an area of music I'm just not interested in, so I don't really know it.
You know, there's 1,352 guitar pickers in Nashville, and every one of them will play more notes than the number of ants on a Tennessee anthill.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, that's for sure.
That's funny.
And the guy had the Big Yellow Sun records from Nashville, and he said nobody buys them, but I said I will.
What?
Is Nashville like Hollywood? But you know, instead of actors working in the bars and the restaurants as waiters, there's just musicians. Yeah,
it was supposed to be. It was
Garth Brooks went to Nashville with his Kiss act,
right?
Trying to be Kiss, and then they said, "Well, you know what? You'd make a real good hillbilly."
Wow.
And Garth Brooks, he got me in the 80s or the 90s, whenever it was. They interviewed him, and they go, "You stopped playing completely." He goes, "Yeah, I don't need to." And they go, "Well, what do you mean? Don't you have the itch? You know, don't you feel the need to go out and play?" He goes, "Look,
no, we're not married anymore."
He goes, "I've got He goes, "I've got more money than my grandchildren's grandchildren can spend. If I'm going to go out and play, it's going to be for a cause. It's going to be to help somebody, to do something." He goes, "I'm done with the commercial end of it." And he stuck to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's impressive.
But what would it be like to say, I've got more money than my grandchildren's grandchildren could ever spend? Give me
let
a
us know. You
chance.
just said it.
Let me try.
Yeah.
Well, talking of which, you had the lottery win.
Yeah, I didn't win it.
1.3 billion.
Did
So
someone get it?
Yes.
Well, let's hope someone in the chat won that, and maybe we could see a really nice super chat.
Well, it might have been Gerald.
It was in Illinois.
That's where he's at.
Oh, that
Right.
would be annoying as fuck if it was Gerald.
It's
And
all
he
pats
did-
on Gerald.
He didn't show up tonight.
He's counting his money.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
One bill at a fucking time, man. And he's looking at her trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3.
Up to $1 billion.
You know how long it takes to count to 1 billion?
No.
32 years.
Really?
Yeah. That's
So
how
let's
long
do-
1 billion seconds. 1 billion seconds is
Let's
32
do it.
years.
Let's do it
Or
live.
is it 132 years?
James says that, it might have been. I haven't heard from him since
10
10
a.m.
in the
today.
morning. Yeah.
Holy
Usually
crap.
hook up before that.
Gerald, I take back everything good I ever said about you, buddy.
Man, I have a tooth that is just killing. I call it. It's turning blue. Bluetooth. Went to the dentist. Told him I had an acre.
I was trying to think of
That
that
one right
joke,
there.
The Little Rascals. I was trying to think of that joke.
Which one?
An acre. I can't remember how to set that joke up.
Okay. I don't know how to finish it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for a limited time only, you've got the Krusty Sock. That's right. We have patented technology to cloak it in your sock drawer so even your mom can't find it. Order now, supplies limited.
I don't buy lottery tickets, but for this one, I had to buy a $2 auto lotto. And I told the girl at the inconvenience store that sold it to me that, you sold me this ticket. So if I win, you'll never have to work again. And I went in there today and she looked at me and she goes, "You fucking asshole, I'm still working."
That's where you say. That's where you say I lied.
Because
Yeah.
women never lie.
Then if you act fast, it'll come with a tube of lube.
It'll come.
But the thing is, isn't it kind of sad, because we had like a massive Euro win, millions win over here in this country as well. I mean, it was like 1.3 million, not 1.3 billion. But the sad thing is even when you don't win, you start thinking about how you could spend it and share it in your head. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, what would I do with that kind of
No,
money? And
you could think about it.
and you go, now I'll tell you what, I'll give my friends $100,000 each. And you go, well, actually, if I give it to 10 friends, that's $1 million gone already. Fuck that. Maybe $1,000. Maybe $1,000. No, maybe $100. And I just hate it. Your
All right, I'll
brain
buy
just
you
starts thinking about it.
lunch.
Yeah. Here's the McDonald's voucher.
Lovely. Hold on. I didn't even know anybody even won.
Well, if I won $1 million, I'd spend the whole damn thing on scratch offs because
On lottery tickets. That's great.
When you're on a roll, you're on a roll.
Yeah, blow it in one day.
Oh, I just thought he was submissive. Blow it. Yes. Ah. Oh, everybody's being dirty in there. They wanted to know if the crusty sock is fur lined. Nah, he's getting ready to get even crustier. While I figure out how to try to light up a sock in front of a black background so it looks like blackness instead of a fucking
Who's
of
your
material.
favorite? Who's
I don't know
your
how to light
favorite
it.
little rascal, Scott? Stanky.
Spanky.
If you light up the crusty sock, 1 million unborn children will cry out in agony.
Did you ever read about or watch any videos about what a piece of shit Alfalfa Schweitzer was?
I know he died early.
He got stabbed in a card game, but he was such a little piece of shit. The directors and the producers hated him. And one time they were doing this dance thing on a stage where they had the old stage lights that were real hot, and they sat down in the front of the stage on the floor and pointed up at the dancers. And before they took the shot, Alfalfa pissed on all the lights. So when the lights heated up,
Right. Pop.
the stench was overwhelming. And it finally got to the point, I don't remember who the director was, but the director told Alfalfa, he goes, I better not see you when you turn 18. Because I'm going to beat the shit out of you that day.
Wow.
Yeah, Alfalfa was a little prick, and they finally cut him. And his career just went down. He got pigeonholed into that Alfalfa character, and
wow, hard to live down.
He couldn't escape the look. He couldn't escape the look, and he couldn't escape the stigma. But the little kid Froggy, the little kid that played Froggy, got ran over by a car doing his paper route.
Ouch!
The little girl that played Mary died of typhoid. Typhoid Mary.
Oh yeah.
But that wasn't why it was called Typhoid Mary, but she died of typhoid. Spanky lived a long time. Spanky McFarlane.
Uh-huh.
He actually became the mayor of Carmel, California, I think.
Him and Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Doing some Empower stuff.
And Dirty Harry himself too.
What about him?
Yeah,
Clint Eastwood was a politician for a while there, a mayor of somebody or somewhere or something, right?
Carmel, I think, or one of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfalfa was a hunting guide for a while. And he stole the guy's hunting dogs. He stole the guy's hunting dogs. The guy was going to kill him because he stole his hunting dog.
Wow.
There's some stuff for you, Ed, down at the bottom.
Oh, my doorbell just rings. Sorry, I'll just be right back. Sorry, guys, one sec.
My favorite was buckwheat.
Buckwheat. I sold off my buckwheat guitar.
Or stymie. I like stymie too.
Stymie, yeah. The other white meat. Did you run away just now?
I need about 4 minutes, guys. Give me a quick break here. I'll be right back. There's just something quick I got to deal with.
All right.
He's got to get a beer out of the refrigerator. It's on another floor.
Oh, everybody just bail.
It's in another wing of the house.
And well, I'm going to wipe it up when they get back anyway, or wrap it up. Wipe it up. I'm going to wipe. That's what I forgot to do today. I crapped like 6 times, but
TMI.
Did you do an instructional video on YouTube?
I think what we ought to do is start another stream without telling him. We'll just not tell Dick we left. We'll just go start another stream and everybody pretend like it's still going on.
I have a friend, literally, his name is Richard Dragon.
Dick Dragon. God, oh, I remember Daryl.
Was that the end? Was that the end of the story?
Yeah.
Ed?
Yeah.
I was waiting for it too.
I was expecting more from that.
Okay.
Nope, that's his name.
Yeah, GW. Let's all hide.
Let's all talk about him.
Yeah, and then that motherfucker Dick. Anyway, it's like, and he just came right in here. I don't know what the hell who he thought he was, but I've been seeing him do this like over random channels over the last probably about 3 weeks, and there's not a night that he's not on like at least 4 different podcasts.
Well, the other night
they're not his.
The other night, Duncan sends me a link, and I think it's to me, you, and him.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in the shills.
Oh, is that how he got there?
And I was like, "What? Where am I?
I just went over there because I was wondering what's going on.
You at?"
Yeah, but you say that it's funny because it was an after show on the Shield show, and Scott was in the chat. So Dick says, "Oh, just send him the link." So I put the link out into the into our Facebook chat thing, and you turned up, and you just sort of fucking slipped in like
Scott,
a glove.
Where did you go? Where did you go, Scott? We heard you yelling at your wife, and then you disappeared.
Yeah. I don't know how the hell it works.
May I just say that
I didn't do it right.
May I just say that you erroneously assumed I didn't put my speakers on to listen as I was doing what I was doing.
No, we took for granted that you did.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on, I'm geared up here, but
we planned on it. We planned on that your speakers were on.
Oh, there's a couple of young kids in my little neighborhood. It's a townhouse complex. It's a tight-knit community. And their moms are just not equipped to, put a bicycle chain back on a bike or something. So they come and knock on my door, right? So that's just one of those things I had to do.
You're the fixer for the town.
Mr. Dawson,
had to take care of mom.
Mr. Dawson, could you put this bicycle chain back on? And could I have a kiss, please?
No, she was 6 years old, dude. I mean, come on.
The mom?
No, because the kids know to come to me because their parents can't do it. There's a couple of there's one girl here that lives with her grandma, and grandma's in a wheelchair. So when her bicycle needs like the kickstand adjusted because it's getting in the way of the chain or something, she knows to come to my, door and just knock, and boom, I fix her up, right?
I could see all the 8-year-olds in the neighborhood going, "Yeah, my parents are dumbasses. Let's go over to Dawson's house."
Well, now there's something to be said about that, but I'm not saying it, but yeah.
Well, you know what? That's actually kind of a sweet little thing that the little kids in the neighborhood, that at least they know you'll lend them a hand. You'll help them out.
Yeah, dude, I love that position of my life. I actually enjoy this, right?
Because of that, you were being investigated by the FBI and the local authorities.
When they're 16 and they're hanging around your house because they know where all the good drugs are at, that's going to be a problem.
Dear God. Wow. So I guess I'll change the password on all the shills accounts tomorrow. Then, right? DK?
So much for Duncan and the shills.
No, I wasn't.
Banned.
I wasn't having a go at him. I was just saying that, that's what the FBI are going to start thinking. It's like,
Yeah,
all
but
these kids are going around to his house. Yeah.
No, but see, I can preclude that by actually teaching them what I'm doing when I fix their things so that they know what they're doing later and they don't have to come back at incriminating ages to get something fixed.
See, that's all the kids in my neighborhood. They refer to me as, that's the get off my lawn guy.
And the other one is the get on my lawn guy.
That's the go away,
Come in here,
kid,
get
you
on my
bother
lawn.
me guy.
No, I'm in my early 50s. I homeschool a child on the autism spectrum, mostly as a single parent and whatnot. And my little neighborhood knows me as a safe place to come if you need a hand for the young ones and stuff, right? They know it. And I won't have it any other way. No way.
But it's not even that, Dick. You're pretty much the vigilante guy in your.
Oh, let's not get into that.
It's just so. Well, the stories you tell us about the fucking mayhem that goes around, and you have to fucking deal with it. It's insanity.
Well, you want to know a good Halloween trick?
Sure.
Go to the local Chinese restaurant and get a big old handful of the soy sauce packets and take them home and freeze them and hand them out on Halloween as Chinese popsicles.
That's mean, man.
I think
man, those freezer pops from the Chinese place are terrible.
I think Scott was stirring up some shit in the background there.
Yes,
yeah, just a bit.
Scott's saying, "Wrap it up, guys. I got a sandwich waiting."
I don't got no sandwich waiting on it. I don't know if she came home or not. Last time she was like, I've been sitting there for 4 years.
Hey, Duncan.
4 years.
Duncan.
What?
Duncan.
What?
What?
I'm going to make a guess what you had for dinner. It was either a kebab,
or a kebab,
or it was a. Now I can't think of the other thing.
It was that. It was that.
A curry.
The other food group.
It was a curry.
No, it's chicken fried rice.
Oh, propane torch donkey anus.
Or beans and toast.
No, it's chicken fried rice. Thank you very much. It was lovely.
Oh, it was curry.
No, it's chicken fried rice. It's Chinese. That's not curry. You're a racist fucker.
DKG stood there screaming at him, and the guy was just a total chicken, but he still made it for him. Fried rice. There you go.
Powdered toast, man.
Well, you know what? Supper's a good idea, and I could use it too. So I think I'm up for that idea.
And
what is your favorite
I'm
brand of frozen pizza there, Dick?
Oh, I don't do that. I actually have a sourdough culture, and I do my own pizza crust, and I rise it like with slow rising yeast in the fridge for like a couple of days before I make the pizza. And
God, you must really get hungry.
Yeah, I've got a yeast problem too.
I treat food with respect, and it respects me back.
Check out my cooking channel.
I'd love to.
Peanut butter and jelly and other recipes you can enjoy.
Okay, well, I'll get there eventually.
It's called PB&J and Other American Delights.
I'm liking it. Well, hey, let's all say good night. Why not? And Dick, thanks for coming in, my man.
Oh, thanks for having me again, Scott. Love showing up for the show. Always a blast.
Hey, well, thanks for coming, or however you reacted.
Sweet. Okay, you can skip right over top of me and Krusty, and right on over to Dunk, my man.
Yeah, well, let's just say, okay, like next week there may not be a show because I'm away, but in the background we might try to get Dick Dawson to produce. We might try to get Ed. I might have to teach Ed how to do the whole stuff.
I think
But-
next week I'm going to be sick.
How do you know that 7 days out?
Just
Right?
a guess. Just
But
a shot
there's
in the
a-
dark. Just a
There's
shot
a
in the dark.
50% chance I can do it as it sits right now, and I kind of know what I'm doing, so it'll be all right.
Just let us know. Just let us know.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll set up the show. We'll see what happens. It may or may not happen, but let's see how it goes.
Okay, my lovely friend.
But thank you everybody for turning up tonight. It's been a great show. What a load of shit we talked about. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
It's the greatest guitar show on the internet.
Diddle-diddle-diddle-ding.
and let's hope Scott's feeling a little bit better this week. I know this show was not particularly Scott centric, but you know the poor bugger's not feeling too well, so we're just helping him along. So you know, just keep the numbers up. So we'll see what happens next week.
Alrighty then.
Good night, fellow babies.
Scott, you want to take us out? You want to say anything? Or should I
No,
just
I'm
hit the
good.
button?
I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this, man.
Hit the button, DK.
Okie dokie, I'll just say goodnight to everybody. Thank you very much for turning up. And it's been a lot of fun as always. And thank you everybody for turning up in the chat. Thank you so much for all the super chats. They've been great.
Ow!
We love you. We love you, you little fuckers. And we'll see you on the next one, whenever it may be. You never know. But till next time, good night. Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.